This is my first time being with a witch. Now, let's see what cries of pleasure I get to hear.
He tightly grips my wrists, and the pain intensifies. Even if I wanted to use magic, it's impossible with my movements so restricted.
You'll lose your will to fight back before long. In a couple more minutes, you'll be completely under my control.
Stop it! I leap up with a shout, sending the sheets and cushions tumbling. Was that a dream? I stand up and check the place where Harold bit me in the mirror, but I can't find any mark left where he took my blood. I take a look at the door too, but there's no sign that it was ever unlocked. I wonder why I had that dream. When I open the curtains, I see the sky is just starting to grow light. It looks like it's too early to get up yet, but I doubt I'll be able to go back to sleep now. I'll get started doing what I need to do. Thinking that, I start taking off my clothes. By the time Raymond teaches me how to do my work, and I finish tending to the roses, the sun has completely set. Apparently, there isn't anyone except for Harold and the other three living at the castle, leaving the halls always silent. What a waste of such a spacious and gorgeous building. They should really make this place into a hotel or something. Huh? When I vaguely glance further down the hallway, I notice that just one door is strangely open. It was locked when I saw it during the day. Feeling oddly curious about what's through the door, I furtively peeked inside. When I do... a coffin! In the center of the minimally furnished room is an old casket. It's a sight that would leave anyone feeling disconcerted. I go closer and look to see what's inside, but there's nothing there. What is a coffin doing in a place like this? Or rather, more importantly, whose is it?
This is my late wife's room, and this coffin was meant to be hers as well. But unfortunately, she turned to ash before she could use it.
Harold!
I noticed you were gone, and then I find you fooling around in here. What happened to your work?
I finished everything for today, so don't worry about that. Anyway, so you were married, huh? I had no idea you had a wife. I'm sorry for coming in here without asking.
I don't mind. My wife, despite being a vampire, was a weak woman who perished easily. At this point, I neither miss nor mourn her.
How can you say that? This was the wife you must have once loved, right?
I wouldn't know. This all happened far, far in the past. I don't even remember at this point.
Harold doesn't appear to be lying. I've heard that vampires are nearly immortal beings, and that unless something extreme happens, they continue to live for many hundreds of years. Maybe Harold is used to losing people he loves due to living for such a long time as a vampire. If that's true. You must be a very lonely person.
Huh? Now what are you going on about? Don't tell me you're feeling sympathy for me. You're a most kind witch, but you'd better get a slightly better understanding of the situation you've gotten yourself into. Your life is in my hands, if I decided I wanted to.
Harold grabs me, and then puts his lips to the back of my neck.
It would be no trouble at all to take your blood.
It's no use trying to threaten me. If you want to take my blood, go right ahead.
What's that now?
Harold's grip on my wrists tightens. Right now, you're being just as childish as Alfred and Rupert. No matter how badly you try to threaten me, I'll never be afraid of you.
Your bark is worse than your bite, just like a poorly trained dog.
After remarking that with disgust, Harold shoves me away.
I've lost interest in you. Get back to your room.
Harold throws me a single glance and then walks off. Looks like I'm in for a bumpy ride. Several days later, Harold invites an acquaintance of his, a wizard named Humphrey, and holds a small dinner party. After I finish preparing our meal, as has become routine at this point, I get Alfred and Rupert seated.
What's this dish, Tatiana? There are big chunks of vegetables in it.
It's called borscht. It's a traditional food from another country. It'll really warm you up.
There's no way I'm eating something that's such a revolting color.
Oh dear, you're still such a little kid being picky about your food like that.
If you're going to put it like that, I'll eat it. Rupert, this is so good! You... be quiet, Alfred. Well, I guess it's not so bad.
Now there's a shock. This is the first time I've ever seen someone talk you into something, Rupert.
We get an earful for not all in our seats when it's mealtime. It was my most regrettable mistake hiring such a fussy maid.
Are you sure about that? You look pretty happy to me, Harold.
As I watch Rupert and Alfred hesitantly begin eating, I sense that my life here is coming to an end. I've been secretly investigating everyone here, but there was no connection between them and the plague going around the village or the demon attacks. Pretty soon, I need to go back to my village and tell everyone that. But will the villagers who believe vampires to be evil believe me?
Tatiana, I'm done.
Wow, you ate a lot! Rupert and Harold, do you two want some more borscht as well?
Well, I guess I could have a little.
I take the bowl Rupert holds out with a wry smile. After getting Alfred and Rupert into bed, I leave the castle. The forest is dark, as usual. It's difficult to tell whether it's day or night. If I follow straight along this path, it'll take at least a day to make it to the village.